Muller. Muller known for some punching power. 19-7, 9 knockouts. A lot of them coming very early in the fight.
But Muriqi is really, I mean, this guy has heart. You talk about fighters. I think every fighter who's ever stepped in the ring has heart. Some to other levels. Muriqi goes beyond that. This guy, well, you'll see.
No, I mean, I've seen, obviously, we've both seen Muriqi
I don't mean
fight.
you.
But Muriqi is, you know, a fighter that gets off the floor. Crowd on its feet right now for the Albanian. The Kosovo kid, now residing in the Bronx. ELVIR MURIQI, originally trained by Teddy Atlas, now being trained by Colin Morgan. We'll see how they match up on paper. Take a look here, Muller, the older of the two by a lot, 7 years. Both the same height, both the same weight, and a slight reach advantage for Muller, 4 inches. We'll see if he'll be able to use that to his advantage against the also very hard-hitting Muriqi, who's got 19 knockouts in his 31 wins. Let's go up for the official introductions to our ring announcer, Joe Antonacci.
Boxing fans, our next bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of action in the light heavyweight division. Our judges overseeing this bout, Oscar Perez, George DeGabriel, and Frank Lombardi. And our referee for this bout will be Johnny Callis. Introducing first in the blue corner, he came to us tonight from Moline, Illinois. He weighed in at 175 pounds, gold trunks with blue trim. Professional record, 19 victories, 7 defeats, 2 draws, 9 knockouts. Please welcome,
just pull this up to
terrible
determine the,
Teddy Mullер. And his opponent in the red corner, he comes to us tonight from the Bronx in New York City. He weighed in at 175 pounds, red trunks with black trim. Excellent professional record, 32 victories, 3 defeats, 20 knockouts. Please welcome the Kosovo kid, ELVIR MURIQI. Referee Johnny Callis with our instructions.
Teddy, coach, come on out. ELVIR, coach, come on out. Teddy, ELVIR, you received your instructions in the dressing room some time ago. I want you to protect yourself at all times, but above all, obey my commands at all times. First command is right now, I want you to touch gloves, touch them up. When the bell rings, come out fighting. God bless you, good luck to the both of you.
Randy, I don't like to predict, but I don't think this fight has distance written on it.
You don't? I think you might be surprised. Might not go the distance, but I think you're going to get some rounds out of it.
All right, it's scheduled for 8. Muriqi in the red and black. Sort of, call that brown or gold shorts there for Muller.
I think a little of both. Well, I'm kind of colorblind, so they're blue to me.
Our official score sheet says gold, so we'll go with the gold.
Break, don't punch. Step back. Way to listen, gentlemen.
Johnny Callis putting both fighters on notice very early here in the first round.
Johnny likes to do that, and there's nothing wrong with that. It sets a tone right away. Both guys say, wow, he is here to enforce. And that's what one of the things that a referee should do. He is the traffic cop in there.
Muriqi had a very long layoff. Didn't fight from April of 2005 until this past summer in July. Said he was in the gym, though, the whole time. Didn't really feel any rust when he started fighting again in July.
Excellent.
We'll see how it affects him today. He's the younger of the two fighters, as we saw in the tail of tape. He's 27 compared to Muller's 34 years of age. Muller's pro career started back in 1997. 4-round decision win against Brooke Welby in his home state of Illinois. Muriqi, on the other hand.
Don't push off, Teddy.
His pro career started back in 1998, but he was just a kid.
Early in 2006, Muller lost an 8-round decision to a guy we've seen here in Star Boxing before, one of the best fighters with a bad record you've ever seen, Derek Whitley, with a record of 23 and 24. Whitley beat him on a
You
decision.
and I saw Derek Whitley pull a couple upsets here and there.
Step back, break, don't punch.
Against, I think, a cowboy something.
Former contender who fought for the world title, actually was a fighter but fought David Reed. Muller appears to have some very good tools of his own, good sharp jab. I was kidding Muriqui yesterday. I said, man, how can you still only be 27 years old?
Keep him in front, Elvir.
And he said,
I started young.
Okay, break, don't punch, Teddy. Step back, both of you. Excellent.
Under 30 seconds to go here in the first. Round pretty much up for grabs, Randy.
I like it. They're fighting a little bit from the outside. They're using the jabs. They're fighting on the inside.
A little more tactical than I expected.
Nice body shot by Muriqui.
Might be enough to steal the round, too. As we come to the end of the first, this will be scheduled for 8.
Step back. Watch your heads. Time.
More Star Boxing after this. Boxing.
Stick a ring. Good. All right. I took some. Good. You okay?
Gotta bang him, baby. You gotta keep him there and bang him. Okay? Shorten up your punches. Shorten them up. Too far away. Yes.
Well, Randy, what do you think about what we thought was going to be like wing bang, and it's a battle of the jabs so far in the first round?
That is very surprising.
Seconds out. Way to listen. Way to listen, Teddy.
Round 2 scheduled for 8 rounds. Both fighters off their stools very quick. Teddy Muller had to actually be warned by Johnny Callis to move back a little bit. Anxious to get back out there and employ the instructions given by the corners between rounds. Muriqi's people want to see him go to more body shots like the one that he ended the first round with, Randy.
Both guys are throwing body shots. They're throwing jabs.
Okay, keep him up.
Muriqui wanted Callis to know, hey, I didn't mean that one.
But he also wanted Muller to know, well, I'll throw you a left hook right in. Just to make up for it on top of it.
A lot of strength on the inside there. They're both using it. Muriqui holding on.
Come on, baby. Let go of him when I say let go of him.
Good combination by Muriqui. Muller posing a little bit right now. Punch output down dramatically from what he was doing in the first round.
Just from the looks of it, from what we've seen so far, I'm not sure if either guy possesses that one-shot knockout power to take the other guy out.
Break, don't punch.
They both look in excellent physical
I
condition.
think at this level where they're both matched even, I don't think they possessed it. I think they've possessed it against lesser opposition. But I don't think it's going to, from what I'm seeing now, while I was prophesizing that I thought this fight would end a little quicker, I don't think that's what's going to go down.
Actually, I'm used to seeing Muriqui throw a lot more shots than he's throwing so far. I think he's just taking a nice long look at Muller.
Now Muriqi's letting loose a little bit, big overhand right, and he follows it with a body shot.
You can't go more upstairs or downstairs than that.
Right.
One with the overhand right, the other with the left uppercut.
Trying to see where the blood's coming from right now. I thought I saw some blood coming from the nose of Muller.
Not Muriqui. Yeah, I think it's definitely Muller.
Oh, wait a minute. There's a cut on the left eye of Muller. Muller's left eye is cut. I think he was trying to tell Johnny Callis that it was caused by a headbutt, but we'll have to find out between rounds just if it's officially from a headbutt or from a punch, because it is in a bad place. And Muriqui seems to be using it as a target right now. Under 10 seconds to go right now in the second round, and they're going to have their work cut out in the corner of Muller to try to stem the flow of blood from that cut before it gets any worse.
Right, don't punch, baby. Step back, step back.
You're watching Star Boxing.
Teddy, you gotta put them together on this guy. Come on, let's go. Let's go.
All right, if we start round number 3, the drama unfolding here is the cut on the left eye of Teddy Muller. We've gotten word that it was caused by a headbutt. So, Randy, that means that we would go to the scorecards if the fight is in fact stopped because of that cut. Although we need to go the 4-round distance first.
4-round distance. So if by chance this fight cannot continue at this point,
be a no contest.
NC.
So in some ways, from a strategic point of view, it's actually in Muriqi's best interest not to work the cut too much at this point in the fight. He doesn't want the no contest.
And on the other side of the coin is for Muller to say, listen, I can't continue with this thing. It hurts, it's bleeding too much, I can't see.
Well, that's the job of his corner people, to look at a situation like this and say, well, I've already, arguably, we don't know the official thing, but I would say he's already behind 2 rounds to zip at this point. I was in a similar situation one time with him at Linton in Tacoma, Washington, against Shabata Flores, where he got cut really bad at the beginning of the second round after being knocked down in the first.
He got cut by a headbutt?
Headbutt? Well, I made sure. I wanted to hear the referee say the words because it happened in the middle of the round. And then we made sure that the fight got stopped. You know, he said, look at his eye. In fact, it did take 15 stitches, so it was a serious cut. But you're bound. He was already behind at 10-8 in the first round, was going to lose the second round, and you didn't want it to get to a place where it would go to the cards. So I said, and of course, a fighter wants to continue. They train for the fight. They want to continue on. It's up to the management and the training team to have this, to be wise in a situation like that and say, okay, let's just get our paycheck and go home and have the no contest on your record rather than vice versa, which is what I did to Emmett that night. He wanted to continue, and I said, are you crazy?
So without getting a real good look at the cut by Muller, on Muller, you think he should almost hope for an NC at this point?
Well, you know, again, it's an 8-round fight. I haven't seen enough out of Muller at this point to think that he's going to beat Muriqui.
Break. Don't punch, baby. Don't punch, Teddy. Watch it. Come on.
And he's fighting with a disadvantage. And if they're judging the fight properly from his corner, they know he's behind 2-zip. Nevertheless, 25 seconds to go here in round number 3.
Don't punch.
Muller continues to fight. He continues to bleed. Takes usually around the coagulant really to start to take effect, so we'll see if they can at least keep the blood out of his eye. Muller trying to fight back against Muriqui, but Muriqui pretty much having his way here as we come to the end of the 3rd round. Back with more boxing in a minute. Welcome back to the Westchester County Center. Randy, we take a look here. We're going to try to pick up where the headbutt happened.
This could very well be it. Let's watch it.
No, he was already bleeding at that point, so that wasn't it. We start round number 4, and you heard in the corner of Teddy Muller, they're certainly
Step back, both of you. Don't
understand what the rules are, because they said, hey, if you get stopped now, we're going to the scorecard, so you got to pick it up. Instead of coming up with a strategy like, wow, my fighter's down 3 rounds to zip at this point, maybe we need to call the doctor in here and say you need to stop this fight. So we'll see if Muller can pick it up.
Don't punch, don't punch. Step back, step back.
Again, this is scheduled for 8. Muller's in the gold shorts. ELVIR MURIQI, he's in the red and black.
ELVIR, come on, baby, let go.
You know, Arnie, it doesn't take much for a cut to happen. You don't have to really slam heads. You could just touch heads, and a guy can come away with a cut.
especially across the forehead and in the eyebrow area.
Break. Step back, don't punch.
I mean, professional wrestlers are famous for making themselves cut there.
Well, what happens is you have a lot of surface capillaries running along the forehead, and they have so much scar tissue, all they have to do is just scrape themselves, run their hand across their face, and they're bleeding.
Break.
Of course, blood capsules help also.
Muriqui starting to tattoo that eye, using it as a target.
And he should.
And Muller pawing at it. The blood's coming down into the eye a little bit.
Let go. Break.
And I'm sure the Vaseline that they put on top. So he's, at this point, might be fighting with one eye.
Muriqui covering up very well. He's just waiting for that opening to pop that left eye.
Muriqui very tentative, though, tonight about throwing his right hand, Randy.
I'm wondering why. I thought for a moment that he might have hurt the right hand. But I think he might have some respect for the left hook of Muller, but that didn't look like any kind of left hook. That just kind of flailed the breeze.
45 seconds to go here in the fourth.
Break.
Coming to you tonight from the Westchester County Center in White Plains, New York. Arnie Tokyo Rosenthal along with Randy Gordon. We've got a real good one going here right now between Teddy Muller and ELVIR MURIQI. It's scheduled for 8.
Break. Don't punch. Don't punch. Both you guys, come on, keep it clean. You're too good for that. You're better than that.
Johnny Callis serving notice, and there's a nice little right hand drops in by Muriqui.
ELVIR, let go. Break.
Muller turning it into a little bit of a wrestling match, and Callis takes a quick look at that eye. But we're past the point. It's going to go to the cards if it gets stopped.
Don't punch. Hey. Ah.
You know what I'm saying? You be the aggressor in this one, okay? Just shoot, yo, stop tying the guy hand out. You go down, shoot your right hand to body instead of holding with it. All right, come on, man. Look, you're winning the fight, but I want you to do better. Come on, pressure. This is, you go there.
ELVIR, my man. Clean.
Second half, scheduled 8-rounder. ELVIR MURIQI, red and black, gold shorts. That's Teddy Muller. Been a bad cut on the left eye of Muller since the second round. We're past the point of no return, though, Randy, in terms of the no contest situation. So if this fight got stopped on that cut, we'd go to the scorecards, correct?
Exactly.
And that being said, how do you have the fight scored at this point?
I've got it what I call a competitive shutout. Now, it's not a shutout. It's a competitive shutout. Every round is very, very close. 10-9, but I'm talking a close 10-9.
So 40 to 36, I've got it the same way. Low blow, and Muller complaining about it, but Muriqui not giving him any slack.
I think Muller thought that he might get a break from the referee, but there was no break, and Muriqui just stayed on a very wise move.
Don't push off.
Muriqui, second warning for pushing.
A lot of grabbing inside.
Muriqui's corner wanted him to go out. They felt he could go out and finish Muller. They're not happy with what they're seeing right now. Another low blow by Muriqui.
Johnny Callis saw that one.
Trust me, I saw it. Hold on. Give me time.
Muriqui trying to say it didn't happen. That was any further south of the border, it would have been in South America.
You all right? Ready to continue?
He could have up to 5 minutes, but he got about 5 seconds, and we continue.
Come on, keep it clean.
Let's see if,
both of you.
keep an eye out for payback right now.
I don't know if there's payback left in Muller. I don't see any snap left on his punches. His legs seem to be going.
ELVIR, keep him up, keep him up.
So I think he'd like
Both you guys watch
to
the
have
elbows and
payback,
arms.
but I don't think he could deliver on it.
Let go, ELVIR.
Halfway gone here in the fifth.
Let go of him, ELVIR.
Oh,
Another low blow by Muriqui. Let's see if Callis takes a point.
ELVIR, don't make him take points from you, brother.
Callis says he doesn't want to take the points. He would have been certainly justified, I thought, at that point, Randy, to take one.
No question about it. And he would be totally wrong if it happened again and he didn't take a point. But let's jump in the gun.
Teddy, protect yourself at all times.
Now, is Muriqui going to stay upstairs because of that? Is he going to be a little bit nervous about launching the low shots? Nice defense on the part of Muriqui.
Still somewhat apprehensive, though, about throwing his right hand.
Right. Oh, there he goes. He let a right hand to the head go.
But it was more of a slap.
Break. Back,
Seems to be tentative with the right hand tonight, except when he's throwing it below the belt.
That was a good shot.
That was clean. Muller doesn't know the difference at this point.
Break. Elvir, you hit him low again. I'm going to take a point.
Callis with one more warning about the low blow. And that eyes open up again on Muller.
Muller's got to be thinking, when is he going to take a point?
We'll be back after this.
Professional boxing. A local favorite, Andre Serkins, defends his NABF Junior Middleweight Championship. Also on the card, the Bronx own ELVIR the Kosovo Kid Muriqi, and the future heavyweight champion, undefeated Kevin Johnson. Plus an exciting undercard of your favorite fighters, including U.S. Olympian Roberto Benitez. Get your tickets now at the Paradise Theater box office. Any Ticketmaster location, Ticketmaster.com, or StarBoxing.com. Friday, December 8th. Championship boxing at the Paradise Theater in the Bronx.
Good. There's no want, okay? Good.
Action here, Randy. And you see that eye open up again.
Yeah, that was a heck of a jab. Look at that. Bang. That was more of a right elbow or a right forearm.
It's a bad place. We got two doctors, a doctor and an inspector in the corner right now, Muller.
Now, we don't have a good look at it, but from our vantage point, it's starting to look like a pretty bad cut.
And that's what I talked about when you want to... He's got a hole here unofficially in our cards. He's behind 5 rounds to 0. And that's why you want to sometimes not come out. Take the no contest and go home.
Perfect example you gave.
Keep it clean, Teddy. Elvir, keep him up.
I never hit low.
As we start the 6th round, Teddy Muller in the gold, nursing eye cuts in 2 different places, it appears at this point. I'm not sure it's even the same one cut. Maybe it looks like he's cut in 2 different places. Muriqui certainly having his way, but Muriqui's got to be real careful right now about the low blows. Muriqui finally wings a big right hand over the top, and he's trying to open that cut right back up again, using it as a target.
And he did it correctly with that looping right hand.
I've got to say, all in all, Muller's corner, they're doing a very good job at keeping that eye in the fight.
Yes, they are.
Strategically, they may not be doing so good, but in terms of working the eye, they're doing a great job.
Muller cranked up on that left hook, and Muriqui easily got out of the way.
Push off, Elvir.
Johnny Callis warning once again Muriqui for pushing off. Muriqui stamped his foot.
Muriqui, who's the shorter of the 2 of them and who is outreached, is doing quite a job right now with his hand speed.
Don't hold him. Break. Let go of him, Elvir. Very good. Don't hold the rope.
Danny not giving him any chance to hold on.
Step back, don't punch. Come on.
When Muller's getting on the inside, Randy, he's not working once he gets there. So it's sort of like a lot of effort to get in there, and then he's there and nothing's going down. We got just a little bit more than a minute to go here in the 6th. This is scheduled for 8. Nobody's been knocked down. It's all been about the cut on Muller's left eye, and Muriqui just trying to keep the blood flowing.
Let's see who initiates these clinches on the inside. That was kind of both of them. They both take a breather. Now they're in close. Let's see who starts it.
Let go, Elvir. Break.
Again, they're both wrapping each other up.
Well, to be honest, Randy, I didn't see the hands of Muriqui get wrapped up. He stayed in the peekaboo style, and it was Muller's hand that went around his back.
But Muriqui also took his right hand and tied up the left arm of Muller.
Break, don't punch, don't punch. Good
Okay,
man, good man.
there you know who did that one.
Way to keep it clean.
Coming towards the end of the 6th, and we've broken into a wrestling match here. for the last 2 minutes. And Muriqi trying to reestablish the jab here. Give the corner another cut to work on as far as Muller goes.
Break. Step back. Both here. Come on, come on.
Well, earlier in the round, Randy, before the wrestling match broke out, Muriqi trying to work that cut. He had thrown an big looping overhand right with a nice follow-up left. And they're already talking in the corner. They feel Muriqi's corner.
You got 2 rounds to take this kid out. 2 rounds.
That they'll
Can you
stop
do
the
it?
fight.
Okay, then do it.
And the cornermen were complaining bitterly to Johnny Callis. They're saying, oh, come
Bang in,
on,
all right?
low shots,
Hey,
Brett.
rough him up, right? Left hook to right hook somebody. Just beat him like crazy. Just skate her. Let's go. Come on.
Clean.
Well, as we start round number 7, Muriqi's corner telling him to go out there and just finish this guy, that they're looking for an excuse to stop it. Muller's corner telling him the opposite. You got 2 rounds to make something happen, so go make it happen. And he's trying to make it happen here in the 7th.
He really is. He came out with a hard right hand. Maybe his best shot of the fight.
Step back.
Not only his best effort, too.
Watch your heads.
But can he keep it up for 3 minutes? That's a good 30 seconds, the best 30 seconds of the fight for Muller.
And again, he keeps doing it.
Break. Don't punch. Don't punch.
So it's interesting. Muriqi's corner thought he was going to come out and stop him this round, that they were looking for an excuse to stop it.
They're all tangled up.
And he got caught napping. Muller comes out like a house on fire here in the 7th. This is scheduled for 8.
Step back, Teddy. Step back, Elvir.
Once again, the corner of Muller doing a very good job on that eye.
Let go of him, Teddy. Come on. Let go of him, Elvir.
Been profuse warnings by Johnny Callis for low blows from Muriqi on
Let go of
Fuller.
him, Elvir.
And pushing from Muriqi. Now he paused Fritzy Zivic style.
At the heel of the glove.
Gave him a heel.
All right, we're getting sloppy here. Keep it clean.
We're not getting sloppy, as far as I can see from Johnny Callis. We've been sloppy for about 3 rounds.
The man you referred to, Fritzy Zivic, former welterweight champion of the world back in the 40s. They used to call him Thumbs.
Break, I said. You hear me? Don't punch.
Won the welterweight championship from Henry Armstrong. Originally out of Pittsburgh. And has a relative that works for Everlasting, who is affectionately called Fritzy Zivic as well.
I did not know that.
You don't know Fritz, huh?
Break.
Spoke to him today.
Step back, both of you. Step back.
I got to call him and say hello.
Another looping right hand, trying to target that eye on the part of Muriqi. Hasn't been able to employ the strategy that his corner told him between rounds. He's supposed to be going out there and stopping Fuller. Working the body, endless punches. 7th round not working out like it planned. Arguably, a round that maybe Fuller might actually win his first round unofficially on our cards, Randy.
I think he's done enough. I mean, maybe not enough to win the fight, but certainly enough, I think, to win this round.
Break. Don't punch.
Where was that Fuller for the first 6 rounds? That's what I'd like to know. Muriqi looking to close strong here, though, starting to reestablish that jab.
Step back, both of you. Step back. Get out like over. Each other.
Good round for Fuller. Is it enough, though, to take it on the cards? And is it too little, too late? Big right by Fuller rocks Muriqi at the end of the round.
Break time. Don't punch. All right, last round.
Take a look here, Randy. 7th round, and there's that big right hand that ended the round. And look at how it got Muriqi's attention. Like, where did that come from?
He looked over at his corner as if to say, whoops.
Wow, this corner's giving him hell between rounds, too. They were not happy. He said, you didn't do anything I told you to do.
Come on, keep working. Come on. Keep working. Let's go.
Don't make me take a point in the last round.
8th and final round. Muriqi red and black. Fuller, he's in gold. Big 7th round for Fuller. Can he change, keep the momentum shift going and rock Muriqi?